Hello, welcome. This is Blockchainbloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Ethel, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that altcoins going up again. Bitcoin, it was yesterday and even today above 100,000 US dollar again. So let's talk about these kind of things. Then let's mention that one of the largest banks in Italy purchased now Bitcoin. The inflows are back to Bitcoin spot ETFs. The biggest purchase on the 15th of January was made by Fidelity, actually. And also let's talk about the fact that self-custody is getting more and more important in crypto. So guys, all this in today's video. And don't forget, every single day I bring you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news. So if you would like to stay up to date and get these infos, subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the like button if you like this kind of content, and now let's do it. So yesterday we have seen a nice recovery after, the CPI, core CPI data came out the day before, the PPI data, and all these things looked better than expected. Well, CPI was actually just the same that the forecast said, 2.9%. And yeah, we could see the market moving up. Bitcoin is actually now tiny little bit down, 0.21% in the last 24 hours, 98,913 US dollar, but we were above 100,000. Ethereum is 3,322 US dollar, 0.5% up. But when we're looking at the top gainers, XDC, 22%, HBAR, 19%, XRP, 16%, Algorand, 15%, Litecoin, 14%. So many of these old guys, because of what's happening right now. Donald Trump is getting will be the president in a couple of days' time, and we can see here a rally forming, but many other altcoin agents, and so on and so forth, also coming back on track. Losers, do we have? Well, Move down 5%, Celestia 4% down, and AI16Z actually went down 4.6%, some correction, but all these, for example, this one, which is related to AI agents, went up before that. So Bitcoin, when we're looking at Bitcoin, we can see that this is important, this yellow trend line here, because actually this was the one which pushed back the price. If we break above this, it was perfect now. We came all the way from 89,000 US dollar, which was just on the 13th of January. So basically 3 days ago, we are now back above 100,000. That was actually even today the case. Now we were pushed back, but pretty much if we following what's happening right now, then sooner or later we're going to break it. Also, this 100,000 line, it was hit by so many times. Even here a couple of times. Here we broke it, then we hit it again. So if we're doing this sooner or later, now we going sideways between 90,000 and 100,000 US dollar, but it cannot go forever. And it's a good chance that we break to the upside, and we break above, and then we can see maybe another all-time high sooner or later. Yeah, we're going to see that. Anyway, now let's talk about the first topic, and the first topic is all about altcoins. So you have seen here, this was the Bitcoin price, but even with this, when we're looking at, well, this is not what I wanted. It's just the same. Yeah, this is what I wanted. This is here, the Bitcoin dominance. And Bitcoin dominance actually started to go down again. And so far, so good, because we have peaked here on the 21st of November. Since that, we coming down, and we have lower and lower highs. This is a perfect downtrend. When we're looking at the big picture, we have rising wedge, as you can see it, and this is definitely a bearish sign for the Bitcoin dominance, and bearish sign usually. So we broke down. Here we have another rising wedge, and we are just above, just here around to break it. And when you're looking at this here, this, it's a kind of support, 57%. This is what holding us. But then if we break, then again, we can go further down. And this is so far really looking like a nice downtrend, which could be great for altcoins, because when we're looking at the market cap of altcoins, we are just about 6% away, 6% up, and then we're reaching almost, I mean, a bit more than 6%, right? We're reaching the all-time high, what was for altcoins by market cap, and then we can go to new highs. So here we can see a nice recovery. This is actually, you know, market cap not including Bitcoin and Ethereum. And if you're looking at the smaller ones, which is the altcoins out of the top 10, then we can see here also a small recovery just started. And yeah, so all these things looking so far so good for altcoins. And yeah, when we're looking at the altcoin season index, then we can see that actually we kind of halfway. We were up, we came down, we going here sideways, and then we have a good chance to break to the top again. Well, we're going to see what Bitcoin is doing, what is doing, the altcoins are doing, but either way, now things looking again a bit good. What I told you before, January going to be volatile. We're going to have the FOMC meeting at the end of the month, you know, and pretty much there will be no rate cuts there, which is not positive for the market. But we're going to have Donald Trump in 4 days as a president, and we're going to see what kind of things he's doing in the first couple of days. So these all can have an impact on the market, positive, negative. We're going to see it. So January so far kind of volatile. I think it will stay volatile. Yes, we're now going a bit more higher in most of the assets, but yeah, I mean, watch out. Look, XRP hits 7-year high. Look at this, just like a maniac, it went up, and we haven't seen XRP here in 7 years. So all these guys who were holding XRP since it's down, since 2018, that's like a lot of years, like 7 years really. Finally they got their returns. Of course, the XRP on the, you know, all-time high. Actually now, let me refresh. Let's get better. So actually 2.7% away from XRP's all-time high, which was back in 2018. So very, very close where we are right now. But we're going to see how this continues. All these altcoins started to perform pretty well. You know, there are gossips with many Litecoin oldies that they might get an ETF and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's the reason for it. Okay, so fingers crossed. And then let's talk about another bank which purchased Bitcoin. This time, Italy's one of Italy's largest banks. Right, so here we go. How Bitcoin get mixed with traditional finance, like banks, you know, getting into Bitcoin in a way that now Italy's largest banks by asset purchased Bitcoin for a bit more than $1 million. It's about 11 Bitcoin. I know it's not a major amount, but the point is here that, you know, different kind of banks, you know, putting their toe just a little bit into Bitcoin. And if this is starting, you know, this is just a small start with a small amount for a bank, but, you know, this can really build up. And this is one of the big banks in Italy. So this is also, I think, crucial. And yeah, more and more participants would like to have some Bitcoin. And, you know, we do know that's not enough Bitcoin for everybody. So we will see how this thing unfolds itself. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about the fact that the inflows are back into Bitcoin spot ETFs. So for a couple of days, we had outflows. As you can see, on the 8th of January, we had $568 million outflow. And since that, a couple of days, 4 days, outflows here. But on the 15th of January, we were back because many people were worried about it. If we seeing these kind of outflows, do they know something? Will the price go much lower? But now they started to purchase heavily, especially Fidelity bought $463 million Bitcoin. Another ARK bought $138 million worth of Bitcoin. This time BlackRock purchased a smaller amount, but they are in plus. And altogether on the 15th, again, there was $755 million worth of inflow into Bitcoin spot ETFs. So I think this is important. Let's looking at Ethereum. I haven't checked this one actually. Ethereum also had inflows, a very small amount on the 14th of January, but 15th of January, a bigger amount. So yeah, it looks like inflows are back, and this is also positive things. Maybe there are now hopes. Maybe there is now a small Trump rally forming right now. We're going to see it. But yeah, okay, so that's anyway, this is also positive news. And finally, let's talk about self-custody, which is, I think, very, very important if you're in crypto. So more and more people actually started to use self-custody. Here's an article where, one of the guys from Ledger were spoken, and actually more than 3 billion in crypto-related hacks and scams were in 2024. And this really brought awareness to self-custody for digital assets. And now more and more investors are using hardware wallets. And it's important because, look, major hack was on this exchange. In July 2024, caused $235 million in losses and affected 4 million users in India. So yes, the big exchanges are pretty much safe, but also, it's KYC. This is not a problem. It's KYC. The problem I'm saying is that if they don't want to kind of give you your crypto because they, questioning something, even if everything go right. So let's talk about the good scenarios, right? You have to prove a lot of things, and it's not in your wallet. It's very, very important, I think. It's could be also risky to have self-custody if you are not a responsible person and you're not looking after your recovery phrase, and you're living at places where it shouldn't be, or you give it out or store it on your computer and so on and so forth. And then, yes, when they hack your computer, they can take it away. But if you store it properly, then you have full control over your crypto. And I think this is very, very important. And more people actually now realizing it. Yeah. So as they say at Ledger, if not self-custody, why crypto? Okay, guys, that's it for today. Don't forget, every single day, I bring you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on Blockchain Bloom to keep you up to date. So if that's important, very simple. Just subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the like button if you like this kind of content, and see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.